Right now, BetMGM has her as number 1. Now, Caitlin Clark is at number 2. At this moment in time, we have only seen just a few workout videos from the Indiana Fever, just little clips here and there, but she is not playing in any off-season leagues. So we haven't seen organized basketball from Caitlin Clark, but the fact that she is already at number 2, I think is awesome. But I also think that it's going to be interesting to see how Caitlin Clark's team play develops with her having a new team surrounding her with the Indiana Fever. Because like we've talked about in other free agency videos, when Caitlin Clark was with Iowa, she really elevated the players surrounding her. Those were not 5-star recruits. That was definitely a team that a lot of people did not expect to make the Final Four, nonetheless the championship. And so now with all of the offseason moves that the Indiana Fever has made, will Caitlin Clark have to score as much as she did? Will her assist numbers go up because she has more scorers around her? Will all of her stats go up? Will her defense improve? We'll just have to see, because I feel like so far from what we've seen of her, she hasn't been surrounded by stars yet, and the Indiana Fever are putting those players in place. Now,
rising stars, Caitlin Clark. She took the WNBA by storm in her rookie season, breaking records and leading the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance in nearly a decade. Now, as she enters her second year in the league, all eyes are on her for the 2025 MVP race. But here's the catch: she's not the frontrunner. Let's break it all down. Caitlin Clark was the number first overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, and she lived up to the hype right away. She put up incredible numbers, averaging 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and a league-leading 8.4 assists per game. That kind of production earned her the near-unanimous 2024 Rookie of the Year award. She didn't just put up stats. Clark helped change the trajectory of the Indiana Fever franchise, guiding them to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. That's a massive achievement for a rookie. But despite her impressive rookie season, Clark finished 4th in the 2024 WNBA MVP voting. The award went to A'ja Wilson in a landslide, with Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart finishing ahead of Clark as well. That's not to say Clark wasn't in the conversation. Making the top 4 in MVP voting as a rookie is an incredible feat. But now, heading into 2025, she's aiming even higher. So where does Caitlin Clark stand in the 2025 MVP race? According to the latest odds, she's currently sitting in second place at plus 240. The only player ahead.
Now, number 1 is A'ja Wilson. That I wasn't surprised, honestly, to see her at the top of the list. If you guys remember last season, I felt like there was this strange narrative about A'ja Wilson. Before the season even started, the media was claiming that she was unanimous MVP, and if you argued against that, you were just dumb, you were dead wrong. And I never really understood that, because I feel like it should be an ongoing discussion throughout the season, through the offseason, into the season, until the end of the season. It should be an ongoing discussion. It shouldn't be, oh, this player's gonna get it. If you say anything otherwise, you're wrong.
Ahead of her, reigning MVP A'ja Wilson, who leads the race with plus 200 odds. That means sportsbooks and analysts are expecting another dominant season from Clark, but they still see Wilson as the player to beat. What's exciting is that Caitlin Clark isn't resting on her success. She's actively working on getting even better. According to new Fever head coach Stephanie White, Clark has been focusing heavily on her strength training, which will help her handle the physicality of the league. Coach White mentioned that Clark quickly realized she needed to get stronger to avoid getting knocked around as much. That off-season work in the weight room could be a game-changer in her development. We won't have to wait long to see how Clark's improvements translate to the court. The Indiana Fever's season opener is set for May 17th, and it's a must-watch matchup. Clark and the Fever will face off against Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky in a game that's already generating a ton of hype. It's a battle between two of the league's brightest young stars, and with their Rookie of the Year rivalry fresh in our minds, this game is sure to deliver fireworks.